Welcome to the revolution. Do you know why I am the leader? Because I'm the best in the world. I put attitude back where it belongs. So join me.
The crazy Puerto Rican. CPR Jose Ortiz is in the building.
Do that dance. Get up and dance.
I need that love back.
With CPR Jose Ortiz on 90.7 WTCC and WTCC HD Springfield.
Founded in 1983 by Aldo Marin, Amado Marin, and Gerald Calise Jr., independent dance label Cutting Records became the force behind numerous dance movements that galvanized a generation of music fans. Cutting launched its first single, Al Nafish by Hashim. That single would go on to become the multinational dance hit. In 1985, Louis Garcia joined the label as head of marketing and distribution, along with Ernie Neves, licensing and PR coordinator. In 1986, Cutting Records releases its first freestyle track, Don't Break My Heart, by the new talent Sapphire. Followed by many artists like Giggles, Karina, Cora, Tony Moran, Fascination, Yvonne. In the 90s, Cutting continues to present underground house music and Latin house, breaking artists like Two in a Room, Masters at Work, Kathy Brown, Nitro Deluxe, Just Two Brothers, Danny the Waper Man, and Victor Vargas, plus the 740 Boys. In the 2000s, Latin dance groups Sancocho and Fulanito will become multinational hit artists, selling millions of albums worldwide. So tonight, we pay tribute to Cutting Records, and in his honor, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Aldo Marin.
Welcome to CPR's Clubhouse, the podcast. Aldo Marin is here with us live on CPR's Clubhouse, the podcast, episode 237. Aldo, welcome to the show.
Hi, Jose. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
I'm really happy that you have allowed us to count down the top 31 freestyle songs on your label. It's truly an honor. And talk to me a little bit about Cutting Records and how you got together with your partners to create this great record label.
Well, it's fun. I was on WKTU 92, the original 92 KTU in New York City, DJing. I used to do the custom music mixes for them. And at one point, I won the Battle of the DJs. And from there, I was like, I wanted to do something else. I had done pretty much all that I wanted to do up to that point with DJing and stuff. So I guess the next thing was to create a song. And the first song we created was with Jerry Calise Jr., which was Hashim. And we did Al Nafish the Soul together, which still to date has been one of our biggest records. It's been in a lot of games and things like that. So, I don't know what else. Well, that's how it started pretty much.
Well, it's been very influential as well, that song. And do you think that that was one of the predecessors to the freestyle genre?
You could say that. I mean, I know Chris Barbosa was a big fan of the song before he did Let Me Be the One, or right around that time with Shannon. And a lot of the songs I was influenced with, was to make that song was Planet Rock and all, Arthur Baker and John Roby's productions and stuff like that. So we just took it from there, and that's why at first, before it was called freestyle music, it was called Latin hip hop, because we were making electro hip hop, and it turned into Latin hip hop when we started doing those type of beats with the Latin singers on it.
Now, it's been 31 years. What do you think keeps Cutting Records going all this time?
Wow, I mean, I hope it's good music.
Definitely. I remember going to record shops and just picking up anything cutting. If it had the buzzsaw, the circular buzzsaw logo on there, I would pick it up. It doesn't matter what it was. I know it was good. It was quality music, and that's what a lot of the people that have contacted me regarding this top 31 have told me, that they didn't care what it was. If it had cutting on it, they would pick it up.
Thank you. Thanks. Thanks to everybody, all the supporters and all the artists, and everyone that's worked with us all these years and stuff. It's great.
What do you think is your favorite? I mean, I know you have a huge catalog. Which one's your favorite out of the entire Cutting Records world?
To me, they're all like my babies. You know what I mean? So I can't really pick one. But Nafeesh is really one of my favorites, because it was the very first one, and it was the one that influenced even us to give the name Cutting Records to the label. I was a DJ. At that time, scratching was very popular, and that's how we came up with the name,
And also, Cutting Records was on Billboard Top 100 charts. You have various songs on there. You continue to get on charts to this day. And I loved it. I love seeing all these Cutting Record artists on Billboard. Karina, Sapphire, Yvette, Two in a Room, Giggles. Yeah. You had a whole bunch of different artists from all different genres. You guys were really the kings of Latin house music when Latin house music was at its peak. Who can forget Two in a Room? And all these great songs. El Trago, man, that's an anthem here. And
La Bandera, the Just Two Brothers, the Weapon Man, all those guys.
Absolutely. It's just crazy, and it was a great time for us when we played the Latin house and freestyle at the same time on this radio show, and
right.
People continue to love it to this day. House parties, you put a little Latin house in there, you put some wiggle it, people go crazy.
Yep. And we did Tumba La Casa was one of the ones that with Sancocho and Nordicado, that's one of the ones that crossed over between English and the Spanish stations also. So that was great.
Now let me ask for you to give some advice to some of the folks that really want to get into freestyle now at this part of the game. What would you give as advice to someone that wanted to do freestyle music?
Wow. I mean, the game is very different than when we were putting out, freestyle back in the 80s and 90s. But, all you got to do is follow your heart, man. If that's what you're feeling, you just got to let your, yourself, your real being, just let things flow through it, and whatever you create hopefully will become something that you're proud of, and many other people will be proud of.
Now, you and I got together to put out the list for the top 31 freestyle songs. It was originally 25, but since it's 31 years, I figured a lot of people had a lot of influence in this list. You gave me your original list. I put it out to the audience. The audience had their list. So it was pretty tough putting this stuff together. And as you pointed
No, it
out,
was.
as you pointed out in your email, you know, I did leave a few songs that are near and dear to my heart, to your heart, to a lot of the folks' heart, like JD's "Love You, Love You." One of my favorites,
Yeah.
but how do you compare those to, you know, JD's "So Far Away" or "Answer My Cry"? It was tough between the three songs.
Yeah, and leave it all behind by Toga. That was pretty big for us too.
Yeah, and loving
And
and loving
yeah.
Fool.
Loving Fool, yeah. Well, Loving Fool was in there.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely.
It is in there.
Yeah.
But then, how do you pick from both? And then how do you leave out Giggles or Arlene or the Latin Rascals or Edmund?
Oh,
I mean,
I
it's
know.
just it was crazy. I thought that the Cutting Records countdown was going to kill me literally as I sat there and I was counting everyone's votes and getting your feedback. It was pretty difficult putting this list together.
I was very humbled when I heard some of the tracks that weren't on our top 25, and that was great. That was great.
One particular one is Sam Savone's "You." I know this song never was released on 12-inch record, and it wasn't really a focal point. It was part of a compilation, but people have
Right.
picked this song out of the Cutting Vault compilation and really made it their own over the last 20 years, and they just continue to love this song.
Excellent. No, that's a really good song too. Sam does great vocals, and he's a great guy. We know him from the neighborhood from way back in the day, and you know, he used to come by. We used to have a record store up on Dyckman Street on 200th Street in Manhattan, and you know, a lot of us grew up together up there. Hashim was right from the projects. Sam was right from Nagel Avenue. You know, it was great.
It's great. It's great to know the history, and later on during the show, Sam Savone's going to join us here on the show as well. So it's
Excellent.
going to be a great treat. Aldo, I won't keep you. Thank you so much for allowing us to celebrate 31 years of Cutting Records. Anything else you would like to say to the people that have supported you for 31 years?
Oh man, like I said before, I mean, thanks to all of you for supporting Cutting all these years and our songs and our artists, and you know, and you. thanks for the showcase. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You should come out with shirts that says "I'm a cutting guy" or "I'm a cutting DJ," because a lot of folks would buy that shirt. Because
I like that. I like that.
people adore Cutting Records. I'm not sure if you're aware, but a lot of the DJs, a lot of the people that still spin to these days, they will not get rid of their Cutting catalog. They can't part with it. The 12 inches, the CDs, it's crazy.
We get a lot of requests for our Cutting the leather sleeve jackets and T-shirts and stuff. And
it was my dream to own one. It was my dream to own a Cutting Records jacket, and I could never get one. It was my dream back in '92, and I just wanted one. I saw it. I wanted it.
They were pretty much special order. You know, almost each and every one was almost a special order all the time. You know, we couldn't keep them in stock.
They asked me what I wanted for graduation in '92, and I'm like, I want a Cutting jacket. Please get me one.
Oh no!
Yeah, you're a wrestler. Don't you want your wrestling jacket for Commerce High School? No, I want a Cutting jacket with the sleeves.
Great.
Well, thanks again, Aldo, for joining us. Aldo Marin from Cutting Records, one of the founders of the label. And I hope that you continue to have success. And Cutting Records is still going strong. Let them know about your website.
www.cuttingnyc.com. If you look at the front page near the bottom, you could go into freestyle, you could go into house, you could go into Latin. You know, a lot of people look at our label a little different because we have changed styles throughout the years, but they all have a common thread, and that's to make you dance and have a good time, and that's what we're all about.
And to add, you have added a lot of new music to the Latin community. I mean, you really have focused on the Latin community, the Latin vibes. You got, bachata, you got freestyle, you got Latin house. You just covering every type of Latin type of music. So that's awesome. I commend you for growing with the times as well.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm definitely going to let you go because I could be with you on this podcast, on this live radio show all night, but I know you're really busy. Aldo Marin, thank you again for joining us.
Thanks again, Jose. Great, thank you.
We're 90.7 FM, WTCC. That was Aldo Marin.